When did protecting someone turn you into their enemy? I never thought protecting someone I loved would turn me into the villain in their story, but that's exactly what happened. And the worst part, I still don't know if I was wrong, or if they were just too blind to see the truth. It started with my younger brother, Evan. He was always the charming one, the kind of guy who could walk into a room and everyone instantly liked him. I envied that growing up, but I also protected him, always. When he got into fights at school, I lied to teachers and said I'd started them. When he borrowed Dad's car and dented the side mirror, I swore it was me who'd scraped it against the mailbox. Even when he broke Mom's necklace and tried to glue it back together, I stood there red-faced and admitted guilt. Because that's what older brothers do, right? They protect. But somewhere along the way, protecting him started to feel like covering up crimes instead of mistakes. The first real crack came the night I got a call at 2 a.m. Evan's voice was shaky. Please, come get me. Don't tell Mom and Dad. I drove half asleep to a gas station on the edge of town. When I pulled up, Evan was sitting on the curb, his hoodie stained dark around the cuffs. I thought it was dirt until I saw the red sheen under the streetlight. Whose blood is that? I whispered. He shook his head violently. Doesn't matter. Just take me home. But it did matter. My hands tightened on the steering wheel, the whole ride back, every mile stretching longer as I imagined sirens pulling up behind me. But nothing happened. No cops. No questions. Just Evan staring out the window like he'd left part of himself back there. The next morning, Mom asked why my shoes were muddy. I lied without hesitation. Car trouble. That was the first time I felt my stomach knot when protecting him, like I'd just swallowed poison and smiled through it. Weeks later, I found out what happened that night. Evan had been at a bar, underage of course, mouthing off to some guy twice his size. It turned into a fight in the parking lot. Evan swung a bottle. It shattered across the guy's forehead. The man needed 20 stitches. And Evan? He walked away with a bruised knuckle, and a story that kept changing every time I asked. I wanted to scream at him, but when I tried, he looked at me with those same pleading eyes he'd had since we were kids. The ones that said, please, don't stop being on my side. So, I stayed silent. Then came the girl, Maya. She was sweet, kind, maybe too kind for someone like Evan. She had this soft laugh that made you feel like she was letting you in on a secret. She started coming around more often, and for a while, it looked like Evan was finally getting his life together. He got a steady job at a car shop, even started talking about saving for an apartment. I let myself believe maybe he was changing, but then I noticed the way Maya flinched sometimes when he reached for her hand too quickly. The way she wore long sleeves in July. Once, when she was washing dishes, her bracelet slipped down, and I saw a bruise shaped like fingers around her wrist. Did he do that to you? I asked quietly when Evan went out to smoke. Her eyes darted to the door, then back to me. It's not what you think, but it was. I knew it. I'd seen too much. That night, when Evan was asleep, I stood in the kitchen staring at the knife block, my hands trembling. I wanted to wake him, shove his face into the truth, force him to admit what he was doing. Instead, I sat at the table until sunrise, waiting for him to come down for coffee.